I thought that was a very unique pick.
Yep. What's going on, everybody?
Oh, we're so back.
You're excited. Kyle, you're in a new setting, I just noticed.
I was in the setting last week.
Oh, you were? Well, I don't notice shit.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody, to the Picks podcast. It's Matt and Kyle. We're back to talk all things week one. And before we get into the news, I mean, was this the best week one that you can remember in some time?
This was definitely up there.
This is like,
I mean, week one's always so exciting because you have had all summer.
That's true. That's true.
You have football finally back, but this was an incredible week one. We had some game of the year.
This,
I told you last week.
Yeah. I mean,
potentially game of the year already in week one.
You know, the thing is, usually those games, like, they tend not to live up to the hype. This one exceeded the hype by magnitudes, multiple magnitudes.
Yes.
It was amazing. We're going to get
absolutely incredible game.
We're going to get to all the games, especially the Bills and Ravens.
I'm sure everyone knows what game we're talking about.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's Bills and Ravens. We're going to get to all those games, including the Ravens and Bills game. But first, let's get into the news for this week.
New news.
No, we got to come up with our own thing. We can't just copy the Kelsey brothers thing.
Old news.
Old news. Well, this is actually old news because I think we missed this on Tuesday. Jets. I don't know what he's playing now. Right tackle, left tackle. I should know this. Lineman Elijah Vera guard. Maybe he's a guard. I don't know. Really good guard, but Elijah Vera Tucker is going to be out for the year with a torn tricep. Big blow to the Jets. And it sucks because he's really good and he just can't seem to stay healthy. So he's going to miss the whole year. Did you hear about the trade rumors? The Eagles might have traded for Micah Parsons. What?
Yes, I did.
Now
they did trade for Tank Bigsby though.
They did trade for Tank Bigsby in lieu of 5th and a 6th next year in lieu of Will Shipley breaking his ribs. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but looks to be a significant amount of time considering they traded for a running back. But
there's sources I heard that Howie said it wasn't because of the Will Shipley.
Howie,
they like him as a kick returner.
Yeah, but Howie, they do need a kick returner. They did because now that Kenny Gainwell's on the Steelers.
To be honest, part of me is like maybe he's going to be the Ben Van Sumeren role, a little fullback.
Oh my God, rest in peace, Ben Van Sumeren. 2 years in a row now for that guy. I feel.
I know
he's a good special teamer. No, but the Eagles made an attempt at Micah Parsons, and for obvious reasons, the Cowboys didn't go through with it. Even that would have surprised me. How despite how mismanaged the Cowboys are, that would have shocked me. But I think it was it was multiple firsts. It was a player. We think it was Jordan Davis, which would have made all the sense in the world, and then a second and third. So they went above and beyond what the Packers eventually gave the Cowboys, which was 2 firsts and Kenny Clark. That'd have been something. That'd have been something. But for obvious reasons, that was never going to happen. Amari Cooper retired.
Which said he had plenty in the tank.
Crazy.
That was a lie.
What was his reasoning? Did we know that?
Lost love of the game. I think he just lost the love of the game.
Did he ever say why? Like I want to. Let's ask AI. No longer has the desire to play, and he realized he was not ready for the upcoming NFL season. That sucks, man. He was so good. He was a great player. So he and Derek Carr got in the same year. It's kind of crazy.
Crazy.
We've got George Kittle being placed on IR. He's going to miss at least 4 weeks with a hamstring
injury. Big rip to the 49ers.
No, it's all right, dude. Jake Tongas. The Tonganator.
True, the Tonganator.
We got a couple extensions. Jameson Williams got paid 3 years worth up to $83 million. That's a lot, man.
That is kind of crazy for a guy who
Did that surprise you?
Almost a whole year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. Came out of nowhere.
Like, I'm not surprised they paid extended him, but I'm surprised at the number. That's a lot.
It's just how the market is. Inflation, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. What else we got here? We've got the 49ers extending Colton McKivitz, the right tackle, 3 years, $45 million. Shocked at that as well because the Niners O-line really struggled, in my opinion, on Sunday against the Seahawks. But I suppose, premium position, got to pay your starters. Saints safety Julian Blackmon has appeared to suffer a potential season-ending injury with a torn labrum. So the poor are getting poorer in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steelers are expected to sign Jabril Peppers after the Patriots unexpectedly released him prior to the season beginning. So more depth at the safety position for the Steelers. One more thing I do want to talk about before we get into the games, because you brought this up to me while we were watching the games on Sunday. It might have been before that, actually, but the NFL AI slop commercial.
Oh, disgusting.
I
noticed this during the Friday game. It was during the
that's
Brazil
what it was.
game.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh my
God. I saw that and I was like, ugh.
I haven't seen that. And you know what sucks is the freaking song is stuck in my head.
There? God.
You can't handle the Riz.
And the AI Raiders beat.
Oh my god.
The logos are even messed up.
Yeah.
In the background of the commercial, you can see all the logos are fucked up. And the people have multiple fingers. It's disgusting.
Like you said it yourself, like $1 billion company using AI, like generative AI in their commercials, like. And I saw that commercial so many times, like after I came home.
Is that commercial really gonna make you want to watch more football? If you're watching football already to watch that commercial, like what does this mean? I hate this.
It kind of makes me want to change the channel, to be honest, and
disgusting. Makes me ashamed to be a fan of the. What happened to the sport I love?
Yeah, man, terrible. And let me see what else we got here. Oh, last thing. I wanted to talk about the new kickoff because it was interesting to me. So I didn't know this at the time because there was obviously a bunch of data in front of the NFL when they made the decision to change the kickoff this year. 2023 and 2024 were the two lowest percentages of in NFL history of kicks returned on the kickoff. 76% of kickoffs were returned this week in week 1. 76.
Somebody here, I remember, hated the fact that it got moved to the 35. Somebody else was like, "Wow, you hate kickoffs, you hate special teams."
For those of you,
now you get to reap the rewards that you didn't even want.
For those of you listening, I'm raising my hand. It was me. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. Hey, it's exciting. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Matt hates kickoffs.
Mm-hmm. No, what I hate is free yards. That's what I hate. I hate free yards, but it's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool.
This is fun fact. This is the first time since 2010 that the rate for kickoff returns is higher than 50%.
Since what year?
2010.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
A long time ago.
So I mean, it appears that it's been working. It's interesting to see the different teams' approach. Like some teams have a very good grasp of what they want to do. Others are like, like we don't know what we're doing.
Just to get a sense of time, at 2010, I was not into football yet.
Yeah.
I was not even into fishing yet.
That's crazy.
2010.
Yeah, it's pretty
Just
wild.
show you how far. Matt, those two things make up most of my personality now.
Yeah.
So it really shows how far away
2010
time has gone.
I was watching football. I was definitely watching. I mean, I've been watching football my whole life. So, do you know who the Eagles starting quarterback was in 2010?
Was it Vic?
No. Yeah, it was Vic.
Would have been Vic, though, man.
Yeah, because I think 2009 was McNabb's last year, because 2010 Lane Johnson was a rookie, I think. Yeah, because they went 4-12. Yeah, I think I have. That timeline right. Yeah, I think it was Vic. Anyway, all right, moving on. Let's get into the games here. Chronologically, we're going to start with the NFL kickoff. Yeah, man. Skip. If you clicked on the thumbnail,
Dak spit first. Spit first.
Look, bizarre start to the game, right? And I'm gonna preface this by saying, I'll preface this by saying, what Jalen Carter did is inexcusable. It's obviously disgraceful. There's no place for that in football. It's unnecessary. It's
bring guns back.
Bad sportsmanship all around. I'm not defending it.
Replace spit with guns.
That being said, Dak spit first, and he lied about it after the game, and that's probably what I'm most upset at. Dude,
what a scumbag!
So you saw him, right? He's like, "Oh, I just spit on the ground. I wasn't even looking at him, bro." Literally, like Carter's doing his shit. He's talking, whatever. Dak comes out of the huddle, spits at the ground, but towards him, and then looks at him and winks at him and laughs. How
Yeah, he's a
blatant,
little rat.
dude! Literally, that's. And I'm not even gonna
That's
lie.
your Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Yeah.
NFL, what are you doing?
I'm not even gonna lie. If I wasn't an Eagles fan, I'd probably be rooting for Dak because that's like grade A rage baiting right there, and it worked.
Yeah.
And it completely worked. And it clearly impacted the course of this game because, my God, did the Eagles basically lose the game if not for a few plays, which is crazy to me. I guess let's start on the defensive side of the ball and talk about the Eagles' struggles as a new unit. I mean, we expected some growing pains. It's a new unit, new coordinator, and a lot of new starters on the team. Adoree Jackson needs to not be on the field anymore.
Yeah, bye-bye, Adoree. Bye-bye.
The Cowboys did exactly what they needed to do, and they're like, oh, this guy can't play corner anymore. Let's just throw it his way consistently and constantly. Yeah, I think Corey and Bennett coming up these next couple of weeks. I know they were working out a couple corners over the weekend. Maybe they trade for one. I don't envision a future where they're not trading for a corner at some point this season. But he can't. I mean, the Eagles don't have a QB2, and it clearly shows.
Mm-hmm. But I think part of it is also like the pass rush the game plan was definitely thrown off by Carter being ejected. I think they did not expect the double teams that they were going to get. But even like the pass rush in general wasn't like what it was in the Super Bowl.
No.
I saw they signed Zadarius Smith. I think that's a good signing.
Very good signing.
The one thing I guess little concerning is apparently Vic Fangio didn't really even realize he was signed, which gives me like the same thing apparently happened with Adoree Jackson and Bryce Huff.
Bryce Young.
We remember him.
Bryce Young
is the quarterback for the Panthers. I apologize for viewers, but
interesting.
No, but like he wasn't really aware, and we know how I guess Adoree's been going, and we know how Bryce Huff went. I just don't get why you don't consult Vic Fangio. Maybe he's just a stubborn old man. But I think the Eagles' pass rush should be improved with Zadarius Smith. He was very good last year. I think he was traded to the Lions mid-season, and he finished with 4 sacks, 12 tackles. He had 5 sacks with the Browns before he was traded. So I think he can bring some juice to the pass rush.
Yeah.
Josh Uche also played very well.
Very good game.
One of the highest rating pass rushers on the week.
Very good game for him.
So I'd like to see that.
He was
I think with Carter back, the defense should look a little better. I'm not entirely concerned. It was a weird game. There was a rain delay.
Yeah.
Your defensive player got spit thrown at him, which made him spit on Dak. Threw everything off. But no, I mean, it's week one. Week one, you got to shake the rust off. You got to remember most of these guys didn't play in the preseason. But you just got to like to gather. Dak, the Cowboys played surprisingly well. I know we said both of us were really low on them this year. Might have to change our tune a little bit. I mean, if CeeDee Lamb catches a ball instead of CeeDee's balls go through his hands.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
they probably would have won the game.
And that ball,
but,
that ball by Dak was like beautiful too. Like you couldn't have thrown a better ball. Like 45 yards down the field, right between the like 3 defenders. I don't think you could have thrown a better ball if you asked Dak to do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
also bring back staring.
They
took away our guns.
Well,
taken away. Are staring down after a big play. It's ridiculous.
We talked about it last week, right? With the new rule, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but we talked about it before the year started. The new rule is you can't stare down. If you make a big play, you can't stare down your opponent. You can't like flex in your. I mean, come on, dude. What the hell are we doing?
It happened in the Packers game. Same thing happened with one of the Packers players.
So you and I were watching the game before the lightning delay. I told you immediately. I saw him make the play. I saw him stare him down.
Yeah, and you called it. You did call it as a penalty.
Gosh darn it, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And I'm like, just come on, man. It's
bizarre game though.
Yeah, it is a bizarre game. The Cowboys.
Well, I mean, I didn't like how Dak got. I don't like how. I mean, this is kind of just a general thing. I'm not liking how quarterbacks are getting like rewarded. This is just a general like. I guess it's making the league's game safer and stuff. But I guess people are getting rewarded for like hospital balls. Like Dak had that hospital ball to the tight end.
Oh yeah.
Right before the fumble. Where basically Reed Blankenship couldn't really do anything.
So
because of the laws of inertia.
I'm glad
But
you brought
because
this
it, like
up.
he had it led with his shoulder, then you get a 15-yard penalty off of what was a hospital wall.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Should have gotten the guy hurt.
I'm glad you brought this
Ball
up
don't
because
lie
I'm gonna
though, because
ram.
Miles Sanders did fumble after.
Yeah, no,
Ball don't lie.
football gods came through. I'm glad you brought this up
Football
because I
gods
didn't
got it
have
right.
this written down. There's no reason to throw that flag because so it's 3rd and 20 first of all, right? And you've already had what 4 or 5 defensive penalties that resulted in a first down by this point. It's 3rd and 20. You stop them here, you retain the lead. It's 24-23. And you're asking Reed Blankenship to make a decision to not make a you're basically asking him not to make a play on the ball is what you're doing. And there's no way that you can ask him not to do that. If he drops the ball, I think it was Ferguson. I don't know if that's true, but I think it was the tight end Ferguson. Literally, the ball was in his hands. He drops it, and then he has of the angle at which he's attacking. Yeah, there's gonna be contact. It's football.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's gonna be contact at the head and neck area. The important thing here is that it's not malicious, and it's not, in my opinion, it's not excessive either. It was necessary to prevent him from catching the ball. As long as it's necessary, and as long as there's all right, you could have done this, you could have done that. There shouldn't be a flag.
Yeah, then
You know. Yeah. I mean, we have to give the Cowboys credit, right? They ran the ball very effectively. I don't know who that says more about at this point in the season. It's week 1. I think I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, but they did run the ball well. Marshawn Nealon played really good. The second-year guy was a good bright spot for Dallas on the defensive side of the ball. I think Kevin Patullo, he had a pretty good performance in his first game play calling for the Eagles. He had more play actions down the stretch. I think that definitely benefited the Eagles offense because, Jalen Hurts had a phenomenal day on the ground. He was able to do a lot with his legs. But, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be growing pains for the Eagles early on. I think they're going to come into form, in a few weeks. I think it might take a few weeks to really see the cohesion on the defensive side of the ball. But I mean, hey, Dallas did a great job on defense, and they played their asses off. And the Eagles were just a little bit better, and that's why they won.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I think the Eagles are gonna be fine. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts is right now 2nd in QBR behind Lamar Jackson after week 1. He was very effective moving the ball.
Very efficient.
Very efficient. It was, nothing really deeper than that deep shot to Dotson.
Yeah.
I mean, AJ Brown was not involved, but I
Dude,
don't expect that to be
AJ.
the norm. I think that Jalen, he just does what he needs to do to win, and I think that as long as they build on this and keep going, it's a funky game. I'm not worried about the Eagles.
Yeah.
I know some people, Nick Wright, think the Eagles are trash because this game was close. He's just gonna get out of there.
Nick Wright has never liked Jalen Hurts, though. If you look back, he's
never liked the Eagles.
He's never liked the Eagles, and he's never liked Jalen Hurts. So I don't.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. So I don't know if I said this, but the Eagles got the win 24-20. Actually, you know what? I should bring up the list of final scores so I can say them as we go.
All right, let's go to Brazil.
And Kyle, you called this one. You called this one. Yeah.
Man, what a rip for the Tees. One leg, I said I wasn't the most confident in, the one that busted
I know, man.
I did place an alternate one for the leg I was going to replace it with.
Don't tell them that.
I wish I told you guys. I'm really sorry, but we'll talk about that later.
Terrible.
But anyway, go Chargers. Also, point of the reason why we did the Tees. Eagles, I knew they were going to win. Was nervous they're going to be close because I kept being super confident about it. That's why you tease. Just saying that. That's why we tease.
All right.
Some people I heard through the grapevine are like, why do you tease? It's not brave enough. It's not daring enough. But it wins. It wins. And it keeps you safe.
Well,
we're safe here.
Let's get on the board.
Pro safety.
Let's get on the board first before
Let's get on the board first.
Yeah.
I like week 2.
27-21 Chargers. And this one really didn't feel particularly close. I guess the Chiefs made it close at the end. Let's talk about Justin Herbert, though. 24 of 35, 314
Incredible
yards.
game by Justin Herbert.
3 tutties, over 130 passer rating. Yeah, man. I mean, lit it up. I mean, I think what the Chiefs or what the Chargers did was they they followed the same recipe virtually that the Eagles did in the Super Bowl, which was throw the ball, get the ball out quickly, run a bunch of crossing and dig routes, and just make them play man to man, and if not, call zone beater after zone beater after zone beater because the Chiefs secondary they made it easy. They made it extremely easy.
The Chiefs' pass defense was atrocious. I feel like every time I was watching this game, Herbert was throwing to wide open receivers. Yeah. Chiefs' run defense still very solid. Marion Hampton was very satisfied. As we said, I'm very high.
Well, I was going to ask you, what'd you think?
I think he had a solid performance considering the Chuff's defense. I like his usage. If you have him in fantasy, I know he would put a dud in the fantasy stats, but do not be worried. Big days are ahead for our boy Marion Hampton on his pathway to Rookie of the Year.
He didn't light up the scoreboard at all, but I mean, if you watch the game, like the Chiefs had 5, 6, 7 in the box. A lot of the plays.
Mm-hmm.
So, it kind of just is what it is. I don't think he played great. I don't think he played bad. It was just kind of, tough defense, as you said.
No, he had some good runs. I mean, the biggest mistake that he made was at the end of the half when he ran out of bounds and gave the Chiefs enough time to go down the field and kick a field goal, which that was a crazy drive.
Yeah.
Chiefs,
my God.
I didn't like the Chiefs overall, but the Chiefs they're still the Chiefs.
That
is still really
that was
good.
the most unbelievable sequence I've seen. So if you guys missed it, basically they had no timeouts. They got tackled inbounds with 13 seconds left, and they didn't even spike. It was 4th down too, so they couldn't even spike the ball. They got the ball to the official. They got the offense off the field. They got the special teams on the field, and they got what's his face to Butker to line it up and kick it, and he made a 59-yard field goal, all with a running clock and 13 seconds left on a 4th down. Unbelievable, and he made it. Unbelievable sequence. What'd you think of Tier Tart punching Kelsey in the helmet? Did you see that?
My fellow engaged, bro. I mean, everyone's saying, Travis is jealous of Xavier Worthy because of Taylor Swift's comments on the podcast. Travis Kelce was looking out for his fellow engaged bro, and he knocked Xavier Worthy out so then he could score the touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, who was on a team I was playing fantasy, we'll get to fantasy later, but I ended up losing due to outside, but he tried his best, Travis, to help out his fellow fiance.
Yeah. It seemed that at points the Chiefs were kind of mad at each other. I mean, I saw Kelsey screaming at Jawan Taylor. He had for his second false start.
They did have a lot of the offensive line is going to be an issue still.
I think so.
And they blocking a little better, but like the penalties, like the rookie, Tyron Thorne, who they have as the rookie, he had a lot of penalties.
Yeah, his name's escaping me. On the line, right?
Yeah, on the offensive line. The Tyron Thorne, that's the receiver who did the kick.
Josh Simmons.
Josh Simmons. Yeah. Yes, correct.
Yeah, he was penalized. I saw a couple times. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, right? Like the Chiefs have become.
Chiefs had 10 penalties for 71 yards.
That's crazy. That's
just not winning football.
The problem with the Chiefs is right. The Chiefs' offense has become dink and dunk, and then go have Mahomes be special on 3rd and 4th down, right? Yep. And I think it's led to, and they don't really have that explosive guy at the running back position now. I mean, Kareem Hunt's a year older, and he's perfectly serviceable. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's going to go out there.
Yeah, they really don't have a running game outside of Mahomes' scrambles. I mean, Mahomes was the leading rusher.
But at
the same time, though, they only ran the ball 10 times with your back.
Yeah, so.
Like that's just like ridiculous.
They didn't really establish the run, but like at the same time, I get it because they were down a lot, but if you can't establish the run early, if you can't do it early, that's going to hurt you later in the game, obviously. But if you don't have a guy that can go out there and get you a 10 or 20-yard chunk play, like at least once a game, like you're going to have issues, So I think I know it's really really early, and I know it's only week 1, but you might see the Chiefs start to enter a bit of a retooling phase. In my opinion, it was good for, it seemed like Hollywood Brown really established himself as the number 1 guy there. He had 10 targets or 10 catches.
He's the only guy left.
Yeah.
They don't have Rasheed Rice, and they lost Xavier Worthy.
So, it might be tough for the Chiefs down the stretch. We'll see how the injuries play out, but who knows? Maybe
we'll see what happens.
Maybe
Travis Kelce. I know he had the touchdown, but like he didn't really do much considering how many people were out.
Still a fantasy guy.
So it's just it's really interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. So
with
good.
them. I'm not very high on them, but I mean, it's
We'll
still
see.
Chiefs. Can't
We'll see.
count down them too much.
I know you've got the Herbo jersey right now, so
I do.
We'll keep...
Herbo played fellow high school fishing club president.
Yes.
I love my boy Herbo. Played incredible.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Sunday, because Sunday, I had some people telling me the 1:00 slate wasn't good. I had a great time with the 1:00 slate. There were some great games.
I did as well. I don't know. It's bad games.
Kyle and I were at 2020 Tap House in Somerset, New Jersey. And we had, oh my God, yeah, we love 2020. Every game on every week, go there 1:00. I'll be there probably every single week this season, if I'm not in a seat at a stadium. But yeah, we watched every game. It was awesome. So let's start with let's go with Tampa and Atlanta. That was a really fun one.
What a game!
The Buccaneers ended up on top in this one, 23-20. I want
went to overtime.
Yeah, I know, man. I know, it's tough. I want to start with a phenomenal rookie performance by Emeka Egbuka. 4 catches, 62 yards. 2 touchdowns in his debut, including the game-winning touchdown.
Including the game winner.
With less than a minute left in regulation. I thought he would be good. I didn't know it would be this immediate and this important, but he's already out there winning them games. And I know he only had 4 catches, but I mean, 2 touchdowns, and I mean, he looked great. He looked great.
Yep.
You know, so I thought that was a really good performance by him. You know, Tampa did not run the ball particularly well. They had, or I should say, Atlanta didn't run the ball particularly well. They only had 22 or 42 yards on 22 carries between Bijan and Algier. I guess Tampa, and I guess I could say the same thing about Tampa. They didn't really run the ball that effectively. Rachaad White only 2 carries. That was pretty surprising. They moved on him quick.
Yeah, I mean, Bucky Irving, I think clearly established. But Rachaad White was like arguably one of the most inefficient runners the past like 3 seasons.
That's the thing. His yards
so it made
carry.
sense that he's gone now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bucky Irving's a great young back.
Yeah.
Granted, he only did have 2 yards of carry this game. He was 14 for 37. Did get a touchdown through the air with 4 catches for 8 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, I mean, Bucky Irving's the reason why he's a meme. He's very talented.
Yeah, for sure. What do we think of Penix? I thought he was I thought he was pretty solid for most of the game.
I agree. I thought he was very solid. I mean, he threw it a lot. He was a little dicey during some of the drives, but when he needed to, I mean, like that drive to get the field goal to potentially tie the game at the end, I thought he looked very decisive. The touchdown drive he got before Baker went down with Mbuka to take the lead, I thought that was really good
Stretching
as well.
out, man. Trying to reach for the goal line.
Reaching for the goal line. But, I mean, Atlanta's rushing attack, I was a little disappointed in. They really didn't do much. Bijan did most of his work through the air. I think Bijan, again, is going to have a special year. Drake London, I know, was hurt during this game, so he's questionable. Kyle Pitts.
Your boy.
7 catches.
Kyle Pitts.
9 yards. I don't know. I
gotta admit
for him.
I got him
in my dynasty league. I don't know, man.
He's pretty good.
This could be the year.
He's pretty good.
Just saying it now.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So I want to be right. But yeah, I think the Falcons' offense is going to be potent this year. It's a divisional game, which is always tough. Week 1, I know you're at home, but it's still a tough team against the Bucs. Bucs were a really good team last year. So I mean, their defense honestly was. I don't know if I got to watch the film a little more.
Yeah, I know.
I think that I don't know if it was really the Bucs were just slow, or if Atlanta's defense maybe has some juice to it.
I think it was a mixture.
It might have been a little bit of both.
You know, I thought Jalen Walker
Baker was only 17 for 32, which is great.
Yeah, I thought Baker kind of struggled a little bit. They figured out the groove. I mean, Atlanta had control this game early. They scored on their first drive, and then they went. They made Tampa go 3 and out.
Bijan had that 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it was a 50-yard touch. It was that
let's go
screen pass,
Tampa, but then they kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Jalen Walker and James Pierce, they didn't really light up the box score all that much, but I thought they showed, some flashes here and there. The one I want to circle back on Penix real quick, because, I mean, he was pretty efficient if you look at the box score, but he was 0 for 4 on passes over 20 yards. So I think it's going to be a little bit growing pains. I mean, I always think it's really weird when it's a lefty guy. I know it has nothing to do with it, but just watching him throw, it's like harder to, for some reason, it's like harder for me to judge the guy because he's left-handed.
No, it looks weird.
It looks weird.
dirty.
I'm like, where's he looking? Oh, he's looking that way. Okay, so, the offensive line struggled a little bit for Atlanta too. As we said, they didn't really establish the run all that well. So I know it's a different O-line. It's a new unit. And Penix is still very, very young and very, very raw. So I think it's good. Atlanta did a lot of good things. It sucks. I don't even think we mentioned it yet, but how this one ended was, Tampa took the lead, and then the Falcons went on a little bit of a drive at the end, and they had Koo set up within 50 yards, and he just missed it. I think he missed to the left, right? Tampa called the timeout. He missed to the left as
and then
he
he
kicked
missed
it,
to the right.
and then he missed the actual one that counted to the right. So
one thing that was kind of crazy was the fact that they called back a play after another play ran. Bijan clearly stepped out of bounds, but they didn't call it. So they called he was tackled inbounds.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
They had to run up and spike it.
I forgot about that.
The refs got back and turned it back to the play when he was out of bounds. Low key, kind of crazy.
That was crazy, right? Like the play ran. Like we were all sitting there, like, what the hell? Like crazy. I don't know. Always something. There's always something with these officials.
Always something.
All right, let's move on here. Another exciting game up next. I've got the Steelers and the Jets, man. Holy crap.
Most exciting game of the 1 o'clock window.
Oh, yeah, I think definitely, right?
Yeah.
Steelers take this one.
Game.
Steelers take this one 34-22. Who had both teams scoring 30-plus points on their bingo card? Because I want to see it.
I think everybody thought this was going to be the opposite, just a slow defensive grind out.
Oh,
I
thought first to 20.
Explosive powerhouse.
I thought first to 20
wins. Most people thought how the Bengals-Browns game went.
That was how this game was going to go.
How this game was going to go, and vice versa.
Yeah. But the over-under was 38 points, which was the total number of points scored in the first half. So, and they did not let off at halftime. Dare I say the Jet and Steeler offenses looked dynamic. They looked
oh my gosh.
Potent. How about Aaron Rodgers, man? 22 of 30, 244, 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
What was it he said after the game in his press conference?
He's very happy that he beat everybody associated with the Jets organization.
Which I think to some extent is probably what Justin Fields would have said if they won that game too. Speaking of Justin Fields, 16 of 22, 218 yards, a touchdown, and then he added 48 more yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. He was throwing. Yeah. He was dealing.
Yeah, I was shocked with how efficient
I
he was
was
the ball.
extremely impressed.
During the game.
Hey, look, I said it. I said it was a good sign. It was a good value pick, and if he stinks, then you stink this year, and you're fine, and you move on from him, and it's whatever. And you're not tied down like you were with Aaron Rodgers, and you're not tied down like you were with the Devontae Adams contract, who you're paying a ton of money to this year. It's affordable, and he's balling out, man. So there you go. Very impressed with Justin Fields.
Impressed with Breece Hall. I know a lot of people.
Breece Hall again.
Fancy. He looked really well.
Yeah.
19 for 107.
Great.
And another 38 in through the air.
And
damn.
I don't think we said this while we were watching, but I went back and watched because I know he's a rookie and he's a top pick. Armand Membu, 0 pressures allowed, 0. And he looked awesome. And I was watching the film on him today. He looked awesome. That being said, we're forgetting
Will
one.
McDonald too, the rookie on the Jets.
Yeah,
defense.
he was good.
Going to defense real quick. He had good 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss.
Yeah,
that's really good for him.
What we failed to mention,
3 QB hits.
What we failed to mention, Kyle, and ultimately, this was the difference in the game. The New York Jets are a cursed organization.
Yes, correct. The Jets are going to jet. That's what we said when we were watching the game. Are the Jets going to jet? And the Jets did jet.
I watched the highlights today, and I still went back and I'm like, how the hell did the Jets lose this game? And there's 2 reasons why they lost.
17 points in the 4th quarter.
Well, I guess 3 then. I guess 3 really, because they did that as well. The Steelers came back on them, but there's a reason they gave up 17 points in the 3rd quarter, and that's because Kenny Gainwell, who I missed, he was an awesome special teamer, forced a fumble on Xavier Gibson on the kickoff. And the Steelers scored on the very next play. So they scored twice within a minute. That's number 1.
Not the very next play. They had 2 plays.
Number 2.
Don't lie to our viewers.
All right, 2 plays. Number two, I want to take you back to I believe it was the first quarter. It was early in the game. The Steelers were winning 7-3. The Jets scored a touchdown. They made it 9-3 or 9-7. They made the PAT, but there was a penalty, and they got the ball at the 1 if they wanted to take the 2-point conversion attempt. And they said, "Okay, let's do that," and they didn't get it, and so the game stayed 9-7. Unnecessary, in my opinion. And this came back. This is relevant because later in the game, I guess they didn't have to, but it made sense at the time. Instead of a 1-point game, they would have made it a 3-point game. So they went for 2 again and didn't get it. So that's 2 points, and they lost by 2 points. So, in accordance with the football gods, we are not allowed to give anything nice to the New York Jets. They are on the shit list, as we would say.
Jets are gonna jet,
and the Jets jetted once again.
But you gotta feel very confident. Like, this is not what you're expecting. I feel like most Jets fans are upset that they lost, but I think you got higher expectations of the ceiling.
I think a lot of Jet fans
better. They look better than the other New York team.
Oh, you want to go there next?
Yeah, I think we go there next.
Yeah,
the team that I thought was gonna give Washington some trouble, but I forgot Russell Wilson is a washboard.
I'll tell you what,
super washed.
I think I nailed the Giants this year. I mean, that game kind of played out more or less how I expected it. The Giants kept it virtually a 1-score game for most of the game against a really good Commanders offense, mind you. And it still feels like they got blown out because just of how bad the offense was. I mean, oh my goodness. So the Commanders ended up on top 21-6 in this game. 6 points being the lowest point total of the week, courtesy of the New York Giants. I'm sure you have this stat written down, but I have to say it because I
know what it is. I have this stat written down.
I couldn't believe this. So the New York Giants, in the last 3 years on week 1, have been outscored by a score of 89-12.
Oh.
They've scored 0 touchdowns and they've scored 4 field goals in those 3 games.
There's been only 2 other times in NFL history that a team in a 3-year stretch has not scored a touchdown in their opening game. It was, I think, the Bears in the 30s and the Lions in the 20s. The last time something like this has happened was over a century ago.
The last time something like this happened, the goalpost was in the end zone, and if you threw the ball and it hit
the last time like that happened, World War II hadn't even started yet.
Well, I mean, let me tell you this: the last time that happened, the goalpost was in the end zone, and if you threw the ball through the back of the end zone and hit a fence, you got a safety. What the hell, man?
Oh boy.
The Giants only finished with 231 total yards, which is actually somehow only the 5th least. I thought that would have been a lot further down there. Yeah, I mean, this game was a complete mess.
Giants O-line's bad, but I think Russell's worse.
Man.
If you even got, I think Jameis in there, you could have potentially won this game, or it would have been closer.
I don't know.
Russell's just so bad. He's such bad pocket awareness. There was that play when they had 8 chances to score.
Yeah, so at the end of the first, they had first,
and he had the back on. I think was it either the back or one of the receivers in the backfield. He had him wide open around the edge. He kind of looked at him, and then he just didn't.
So the Giants had
the play was designed for him to score. It's just terrible.
The Giants
he just improvises, and he's older now. He can't. All he has is his move ball and his legs that have fallen apart.
I'll say this about Russ.
He can't see in the pocket. He's short. It's a shame. He had a great career, but it's over.
I'll say this about Russ.
It's Joe for Russell.
I think the Giants should shoulder most of the blame on Joe Shane for not addressing the offensive line problems in the offseason. Because, I mean, I know you didn't have Evan Neal, and I know you didn't have Andrew Thomas, but, that shouldn't make it. That shouldn't make it the way it was. I mean, the Giants, to your point earlier, they had 1st and goal at the Washington 8, and they had
even with a good O-line,
they had 7 plays to score.
They
had 7 plays to score. They didn't score, so they had 4th and 2. They had 4th and goal at the 2-yard line, and they got bailed out on a PI. So they had 1st and goal at the 1 and didn't score, and they ended up taking a 21-yard field goal from the 2-yard line. Oh my goodness, it's just crazy to me. Yeah, I don't think Russell Wilson's the answer. I think we both knew that. I think we both agreed on that in the offseason. And I think no matter who you put back there, you were probably going to get a similar result anyway. And now you're paying Russell Wilson and you're paying Jameson Williams when you could have just been paying Tommy DeVito to be there. That's my take on that whole thing. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, to your point, I don't think Russ is for long. He did look bad, though. He did look bad.
He looked horrible.
I
honestly, I mean, I know it's a whole issue. Like, you start Jackson Dart or not, I would not mind him starting in week 2.
Yeah. Oh, in week 2 already. So you're already ready. You've seen enough already.
Russell was so, as someone, I thought the Giants were going to win because I like their defense. Their defensive line played well.
Yeah.
You just can't support a defense for that long with that kind of offense.
No.
I mean, the Commanders were still really good, but they made some mistakes. They had that mistake at the end of the half, which was like,
that was how about that?
Clock management on that.
You know, when you thought,
but the defense was giving them trouble, but it's just like the offense was so inefficient.
Yeah,
that they just couldn't do anything.
The Giants defense gave the Giants offense every opportunity to get back in this game.
To make that a game. It was close. It was in one possession for a long time.
The score was 14-3 into the fourth quarter, almost halfway through the fourth quarter. So. Hey, how about
I have a soft spot for the Giants. I know I'm an Eagles fan. I have a soft spot for the Giants. My future in-laws they love the Giants.
Yeah.
So I respect, and I can't imagine being a fan of them. I gotta make sure if I have a kid, stays away from them when it comes to football season.
Keep them in the midnight green.
Keep them far away. You gotta keep them with the birds.
Yes. Hey, how about our boy Bill though? You were right.
Bill went off.
10 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. All right, little Bill.
The Bill hype train is unstoppable.
Dude, the Bill hype train, I might be like, I don't know if it's left the station yet, but I might join.
Do you have any stocks? I don't have any stocks.
I don't, unfortunately. I don't. So he led the team in carries. It was 10 attempts for the Bill. Eckler got 6. Jeremy McNichols got 4. Chris Rodriguez got 0 carries.
Inactive. He was inactive.
Well, there you go. That's probably why.
Takes time for Bill, though, but he looked very explosive.
Yeah. Deebo Samuel also scored a touchdown in his first game with the Commanders. And despite only scoring 21 points, the Commanders still had 432 total yards of offense, which was the most by any team this week not named the Bills or the Ravens.
So I think that's more of an indictment on the Giants, because if you just read the Giants,
I think it says
field goal, punt,
yeah, I mean,
they're punt, field goal, punt, turnover on downs.
Yeah, I mean, their play-by-play is probably not even fun to look at, but yeah, I mean,
it's like 3 plays for 3 yards.
Commanders,
they had a long drive for the field goal, 16 for 76, 3 for 9 yards, 6 for 0 yards, 4 for 15,
Terrible.
3 for 0, 12 for 43 field goal, 5 for 37, and then 12 for 62 downs.
Yeah, so
just terrible.
You know, I did see a lot of Commanders fans like, oh, we barely beat the Giants. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, look, I'm telling you guys, the Giants defense is legit. I'm telling you right now.
Yes.
And it will win them games that you like nod your head and like, how the hell did the Giants win? It's because they have a really good defense. Okay. So
real opinion on the Commanders is going to be this week. This Thursday night game, Commanders, Packers,
oh my God.
Game of the week.
Holy crap.
Right now.
Like y'all thought
probably the best Thursday night game we're gonna get in years.
Game of the year potential. I mean, I don't know if you can beat Bills Ravens, but
I don't know if you could beat this Sunday.
I don't know if you can beat that, but it'll be up there.
Game of the year potential.
Yeah, it'll be up there. All right, let's move on. Let's go to.
You want to rapid fire some of the rest of these games?
Yeah, I mean,
they weren't that exciting.
I've got notes on all of them, but there's 2 right here I can get out of the. Actually, no, probably 3 I can get out of the way right here.
Why don't we do Dolphins Colts? That's real quick. Dolphins are terrible.
Yeah.
Tua turned the ball over.
Bro, we were so right. We nailed it. We nailed the Giants.
We nailed
We nailed the Dolphins.
I'm just pissed. I for some reason picked the Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
I forgot to double check my lineup.
I was so confident.
Picks, but I picked the Dolphins. I was like, what was I thinking?
Bro,
oh my God.
I was so confident in the Colts. I mean, I didn't know it'd be 33-8. By the way, the Dolphins were losing 33-0 in the fourth quarter, and they still scored more points than the Giants, which is great.
So bad.
Kyle Tua turned the ball over. He got hurt again. I don't know if he came out of this one, but he was in the tent multiple times.
He did eventually, but
towards the end, Zach Wilson came in. That's right. Daniel Jones career high in passing yards in the first half. He did check it down a lot. He checked it down 9 times, but I mean that's good too because he's not taking sacks and he's not trying to extend the play as he did a lot in New York, as he kind of had to in New York.
He scored on the Colts scored on all 7 of their possessions. It's like one of the first times ever that like a quarterback on a new team
Dude,
scores on every possession.
I know I keep going back to the Giants, but the Giants, the fans have to be punching air right now after watching Daniel Jones carve
Oh
up
my god.
the freaking Dolphins, man. Yeah, it was a really good start to this season for the Colts. I mean, we'll see where that goes. Tyler Warren, 2 thumbs up. Love him. Loved his production. Yeah, I think we might have nailed the Dolphins this year. I mean, that was bad on every level. So we'll see how that looks. Alex, do you have anything else on that one, or you good to move on?
Nah, that's pretty quick.
Dolphins are terrible.
Let's go to Daniels is gonna be the first coach fired. They look
good
so
take.
dejected.
Good take.
Just
yeah, they did, man.
Vibes.
I mean, they didn't even look like they were having they didn't want to be out there anymore. They were ready to pack that shit up at halftime.
They had horrible vibes.
Yeah.
Which that means the coach is getting fired. The locker room is lost.
The next one I want to talk about, which I thought was going to be a great game, but turned out to be a stinker, was the Panthers and Jaguars. Jaguars win easy, 26-10. I am taken aback, and I'm offended by the horrible performance of Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. I apologize for misleading the public on that one. I thought the lightning delay, because there was another lightning delay for about an hour and 20 minutes, thought the lightning delay would maybe light a fire under their butts, but apparently not. Yeah, nope. Bryce Young looked bad in this one. I mean, the one interception he had was thrown into a lot of traffic. He had 2 total, and he lost a fumble. He completed only 51% of his passes and averaged only 4.4 yards per attempt. 0, in my opinion, explosive plays. The sole bright spot for the Panthers was Ted McMillan making that sick catch. I am right about him, by the way. I am so right.
Ted McMillan was definitely one of the lone.
I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be a household name. I am so right about him. I think he's awesome. He only had 5 catches for 68 yards, but I mean, if you looked at the Panthers, I mean, capiche. What'd you think of your Jaguars? Tell me what you thought.
I mean, a little sloppy. I think it's more new quarterback, new system for the quarterback. But I mean, I don't know if it's so much Carolina's run defense and them being bad, but Travis Etienne, good enough that the Jags traded Tank Bigsby to the Eagles.
Yeah, I know, right? That was surprising.
I really liked Etienne. I wanted stocks in him. I ended up getting him in one league. I was forced for Bigsby and others, which pissed me off. In hindsight, but he was definitely high on my draft boards. Travis Hunter,
he looked good too.
Played on both sides.
Looked good, dude. Yeah, he got some snaps.
33 yards, and he got a tackle on defense.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. See what happens, but it definitely looks like he's gonna be more full-time receiver, which is something I expected based on what's came out of training camp.
Led the team in targets
upset
too.
with my offensive player of the year.
Yeah, what the heck, Kyle? I bought in.
A touchdown,
bro. I bought in
7 targets,
so hard.
Only 1 catch.
I bought in so hard.
Maybe he's gonna come back.
He better. He was my second round pick.
I believe in him. He's gonna bounce back.
Second round pick, Kyle.
I'm very encouraged by this Jaguars performance as the resident Jaguars hype train man. I think the train is choo-chooing, and I'm excited to see what comes next week when they play the Bengals.
We'll see. All right, let's wrap up. We've got 3 more games in the 1 o'clock slate. Let's wrap that up real quick. We got the Cardinals and Saints. Cardinals take this one 20-13. I didn't know this until after the game, but apparently Kyler Murray had a stomach bug and he was sick the entire time. Which
I heard he had big diarrhea.
He was I heard on the toilet is what I heard. So had the shits.
Yes.
Saints played
as
much better.
Someone who frequently will get the shits. Not good. I can't imagine playing a football game during the shits.
TMI.
Very hard.
Saints played much better than I expected, but I don't know. I don't expect it to last long. I mean, they had Spencer Rattler throw it 46 times, and he didn't score. So, Juwan Johnson and Chris Olave were the recipients of most of those targets with 11 and 13 respectively. 13 penalties for the Saints. That's yikes. That's not good.
Yeah.
I do want to say the one talking point I had for this was Kellen Moore's clock management at the end of the first half. Had some timeouts. He let the Cardinals score and run the clock down at the same time, but chose not to use his timeouts. I don't know. I mean, The team around him is not good. Like I said, the Saints played much better than I thought. The defense did show some bright spots.
It came down to the final drive.
Look, that's all you can ask.
Complain.
Yeah, that's all you can ask.
That's all you can ask for,
So,
Rattler threw the ball a lot, didn't look too great.
Yeah.
But no turnovers. Did they have? No, they had no turnovers.
No turnovers, as far as I know.
Yeah, you can't really complain. Kamara had some decent plays. Jawan Johnson, waiver wire ad if you need a tight end.
Yeah.
8 targets, 76 yards.
Yeah.
Could be the number 2 behind Olave.
He had 11 targets. I see.
Oh, yeah, 11 targets, 8 catches. That's pretty good.
Target share, man.
Definitely on my waiver wire.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is tonight. Get your waiver in. Guys.
Get your waivers in.
Let's move
Trey
on.
Benson, though, rushing.
Oh, yeah, dude. Trey Benson
I don't know if I said that on the pod.
Trey Benson stock is up.
I was big Trey Benson. I hold a lot of Trey Benson stocks. He had that one big rush for 52.
Mm-hmm.
Sneak it. James Conner's old. James Conner still was effective. He had the little cool shovel pass.
Yeah, that was cool.
Trey Benson, keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Young buck.
All right, Kyle.
Coming in.
Let's talk about the game that cost us our money this week. The Bengals and Browns. Bengals win 17-16. So obviously we had the
game
over.
that pissed me off the second most this week.
Yeah. What a weirdo game. It was just a weirdo game.
It's always a weirdo game. Bengals week 1.
Yeah.
Browns should have won this game.
Dude, so I didn't.
Bengals,
you're right. They should have
looked ugly, but you got to be glad they won a week 1.
They looked terrible.
The Browns should have won.
Yeah, they looked terrible.
The Browns couldn't run the ball. That was, I guess, the one thing the Bengals were good at. Their run defense was pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I guess the Browns running backs are low-key booty cheeks.
Yeah, it was that guy, Samson.
Quinyon Junkins signed. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that, yes. I'm not happy about it.
Will he get suspended? I hope so.
I hope
so.
I
don't support people that beat women.
I don't support people like that.
The Browns like it. I'm surprised the Browns haven't. The Browns are going to sign Justin Tucker now because their kicker sucks.
Well,
they love people that beat women.
Yeah, the thing is with the Browns is they love people that don't like women, apparently, and
yeah, they love haters of women. I personally am a lover of women.
It's like
I chose a woman to spend the rest of my life with.
Not only is it,
I love women.
Well,
let it be known, Kyle Brady loves women.
As a man who's being married soon, yes, I would hope that's your take. But
I would hope to say you love women as well.
I love women. I'm looking at one right now, actually.
You haven't really said that yet. You got to say you love women.
I love women.
There we go.
Yeah, their fascination with
this is a pro women's podcast.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't realize this at the time while I was watching it.
Shout out to our female viewers.
Yeah, all of our one female viewer, actually 2 female viewers who are Liz and
maybe 3.
and Sam.
My mom. I bet you Sam's mom listens to it too.
What's it called? So I didn't realize this at the time, but it makes total sense that the Browns had more total yards than the Bengals. I didn't realize how bad it was though. Did you know the Bengals total yards is 141?
Did you realize in the second half,
net yards,
or in the fourth quarter, I think they only had 7 net yards? Dude,
what the hell happened? And the Browns' total offense was 327, by the way, so they had way more yards. It makes sense because the Browns dominated time of possession. But dude, so here's Burrow's stat line: 14 of 23, 113 yards, and 1 score. What the heck were they doing the entire time? Jamar got locked up. He only had 2 catches on 5 targets. T. Higgins was the same, similar stat line there. I'll tell you what, Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome did S-tier jobs.
Yeah,
S-tier jobs.
The Browns defense is still very legit. Myles Garrett wrecking games as always.
Oh my God! Remember that one possession? Hits. So there was a possession where
they almost got a safety. That would have won them the game.
Yeah, which would have won them the game. Yeah, what was it? The Bengals had 3 points and 5 punts in the second half. There was the one drive where they went 3 and out, and Myles Garrett had 2 sacks, and Isaiah McGuire had the other, but Garrett was right there. Garrett essentially had 3 sacks in a row by himself, which is crazy. And the game came down to Andre Smits. I don't even know. There's no vowels. Or there's no vowels in his name. Smits is what I'm going with. Missed a 36-yard field goal to take the lead with 2:26 left in the game. So, at the end of the day, again, the Browns should have won this game. They should have won, and they just didn't. Browns. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not saying this. It's
both
because
interceptions were off of bobble passes. It's just
No.
You want to know why? You gotta be happy though, because this is gonna be huge for the Bengals in the wild card race.
It is.
Because last year they lost games like this early.
It is.
To win a game like this early, huge.
Well, remember
if you remember when they lost to the Pats week 1, had they beat the
Yeah.
Pats week 1, Pats would have had the
Oh,
number 1
you
pick.
cut out. You cut out. Oh, there you are. No, you're good. You're good.
Pats would have had the number 1 pick, and the Bengals would have made the playoffs.
Yeah, no, you're right. And you know what? Screw it. I'll say the Browns lost this game because they hate women.
They hate women, yeah.
That's my take.
Maybe if they respected women
Period.
more.
All right, one last
they
1
would've
o'clock
won.
game, and then we'll get into some of the good stuff here after. Raiders and Patriots. Raiders end up taking this one. I think it was 20-13 as well. It was. So I was high.
2013.
I was high on the Patriots, but I didn't pick them. Did you notice that? I had the Patriots.
I did notice that.
So
you were very high on the Patriots.
I thought about it a lot this week. I kind of wanted to see what Drake May looked like for a couple of games because I wasn't entirely sold yet. I had people telling me, "Oh, overhyped. They got a lot better on defense," to my point, they did get a lot better on defense, and they held. It was definitely much improved if you watch the game. I just figured the Raiders had the better offense and most likely the better coaching. Drake May wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great either. He threw a few ducks. Geno Smith, dare I say, he looked great. I don't know about what you thought, but I thought he looked great.
No, yeah, look, the Raiders in general, I thought looked very well. Geno was very polished.
Yeah.
I know he had a pick, but I'm pretty sure it was a bounce.
Genty looked kind of meh.
Yeah, the Genty didn't. The run game didn't look great. Genty 19 for 38, but he did have that sick touchdown.
Yeah, that was
Brock Bowers. He left the game early, but he had in almost a half over 100 yards.
I'll say this:
the Raiders' offense, I think the passing game especially looked very good.
The passing game,
and the
looked
defense
great.
Also was really good as well.
Yeah, the Raiders. And I'll stay by this because this is what's going to plague them all year. They have a bad offensive line, and they do, and that's what's going to inevitably cost them games. And God, dare I say injuries?
I think that's more so why Genty
not.
didn't look so good.
Yeah, and I think that's a reason
Genty's
too.
very talented, but their offensive line is not that good.
Kayshon Boutte looked like the Pats' best receiver, which I did not have on my bingo card. But he was the number 1 guy there. Pete Carroll became the oldest coach in NFL history to win a game. He looks great for what is he? 75 at this point. I mean, dude,
he's the oldest head coach to ever win a football game in the NFL. I think he's 73.
73, whatever. It looks great. So yeah, big win for the Raiders. We'll see where that takes them. And I mean, Pats fans, you saw some good things. You saw some things that you kind of still were shaking your head out. You got to have a feel for Drake May. I mean, it's going to be growing pains. Give him a few weeks. We'll reassess. Give him 3-4 weeks. We'll reassess. All right, let's move on to the 4 o'clock slate. We'll start with the Niners. Niners and Seahawks 17-13 in favor of San Francisco. Hero of this game, man, Jake Tongas, who stepped up for George Kittle after he went out in the first half, came out of nowhere.
Correct.
He was definitely a key contributor in this game. He scored the go-ahead touchdown, I believe. I can't remember if it was the go-ahead touchdown, but I think it was the go-ahead touchdown. But I know he scored.
I believe it was the go.
Yeah.
I believe technically, I think it ended up being the game-winning touchdown. Did they score a field goal?
No, because
it was the game-winning touchdown.
Remember how this ended was it was a pretty sickening loss for Seattle. Really, I mean, they got all the way down to the 49ers 9.
Honestly, Seattle's offense, the Niners defense played very well.
They did, but the Seahawks offense.
Seattle's defense though also
very good. All right, so 2 good defensive performances, right? So you've got. I'll finish my thought. It was a sickening loss for Seattle. So they got down to the San Francisco 9 with 37 seconds left, and Darnold fumbled it. The 49ers recovered, and they were able to kneel it out. Seahawks offense is inconsistent at best. I think JSN looked amazing, and everyone else kind of looked mediocre.
Over 50% target share for JSN.
Yeah, that's insane. But he looked great.
Insane.
He looked great.
9 for 121.
But to your point,
targets, 13 to 22 targets. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. But to your point, both defenses, right? I mean, great. I mean, you had Purdy was running for his life the entire day. He was pressured on 44% of his dropbacks. Darnold, I mean, look, my stance on Sam Darnold. I'm not particularly sold on him, even after the really good year he had with Minnesota. he looked uncomfortable. I think there were a number of reasons for that, but I have to give credit where credit's due. I think the 49ers defense played very, very well. But to another point is the it was the special teams again for the 49ers. Almost costing them this one again. And I heard today that they're moving on from Jake Moody. I hear he's not the kicker anymore.
Yes, Jake Moody was cut today.
Yeah, I heard he got cut. He missed a 27-yarder, and then he had a 37-yard field goal blocked. So I mean, you do the math there. That's 10 points. That's a two-score game. He makes those both, and this game is not that close. So yeah, I mean, I think that's the right move, dude. I mean, you gave him the whole year. You gave him the whole the last 2 years.
I mean, we'll see. The Niners look good.
Yeah.
But, it's the Niners. The injury bug's coming. They
lost
Kittle's on IR. Purdy's
also
hurt
banged
with
up.
a toe injury and a shoulder injury. Jawan Jennings, I believe, had a knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
He's banged up.
Ayuk's still hurt.
It's just typical Niners. Ayuk's still out. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
McCaffrey's not hurt. I hope he stays hurt.
Yeah.
I did buy into McCaffrey this year for the first time.
McCaffrey stock.
It's very nerve-wracking.
All right, let's go to Denver briefly. We'll talk about the Titans and Broncos.
Denver did not look good. For someone that's like everybody's darling. So, for me, someone that I thought could challenge the Chiefs in the AFC West. They won the game, but they did not look. Bo Nix looked ugly.
Yeah, man. So they ended up winning 20-12. But yeah, I mean, all right. So to the Titans' credit, right? I think they did way better than most people were expecting. The secondary was balling out. Jeffrey Simmons alone.
The Titans defense is like legit. If you remember,
not really though. But
a lot of the games they lost early on was like Will Levis was just stupid.
Well, yeah,
but their defense is legit. You have ballers on defense. You have Jeffrey Simmons, who I think is arguably one of the most underrated defensive players in the league.
He looked really good,
mainly because he plays on the Titans.
Yeah,
but I think that the receivers for Tennessee did Cam Ward no favors. There's like one play where you could see that they dialed up a screen and Cam Ward just throws it into the ground because none of the receivers are looking for the ball.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, like Jeffrey Simmons did really good. I mean, dude, they lost their leader. They lost Harold Landry, so I thought they were going to be a little bit worse. But like you had guys like Xavier Woods, Roger McCreary were stepping up. Sebastian Joseph Day looked pretty good.
Jeffrey Simmons, he got a sack.
Jeffrey Simmons
and a tackle
was great,
for loss, like I already mentioned.
Yeah, so like, I mean, but to your point though, Bo Nix, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, now on the flip side,
I think he didn't play in the preseason. I think it's just
I hate when teams do
the
that.
offenses did not really play well in general this week.
No,
which usually happens in week 1. Week 1's de facto preseason. Week 4 at this point.
Yeah, really.
With how light training camps have gone and the preseason being shortened and nobody starting in the preseason.
Yeah,
usually obviously don't underreact to week 1. But remember, everyone thought the Saints were the best team in the NFL through 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
This guy.
So it's just
this guy.
I think you really can't form you can make some opinions. The Dolphins stink.
Yeah, I think in this
case
some
things that are obvious, but I'm saying that you can't really trust anything until probably like week 4 or 5.
Yeah. I mean, on the flip side, the Denver defense is legitimately one of the best in the league. I mean, Taylona Hufanga. 10 tackles and a forced fumble in his debut. Nick Bonito, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits, a sack. He was in the backfield all day. Dare I say, early defensive player of the year candidate. He looked awesome. Cam Ward, he struggled. Yeah, 12 of 28, only 112 yards. He was sacked 6 times though, and he did. I mean, he looked like a rookie, right? There was a lot of missed opportunities and mistakes from the Titans, but that was as to be expected. So, be patient with Ward. I think you're going to see a lot of struggles this year, and I don't think he's going to make major steps forward. But he will show you flashes, and he will show you why he was picked number 1 overall. So I think the team around him has to be a little bit better. Before we move on, though, there's one thing that I do have to address, and I don't know if you saw this at the end of the game. Do you know what I'm going to talk about here?
No, I might have missed it.
So it was the final score is 20-12, right? 1 possession game.
Correct. Yes.
The Broncos had the football, right? And now, so the Titans didn't score. No spoiler, right? So the Titans get the ball back. They didn't score. The game ended. Broncos win. Sean Payton on 4th and 8, up 8 in field goal range with 1 minute left in the game, decides to throw a shot to the end zone.
Yeah, because he was playing drinking Madden. He was drunk.
Bro,
The guy is
what
drunk.
are you? Could you just imagine? Come with me on a journey for a minute. You imagine?
No, he
you imagine
respects the
Titans?
game. You can't run within 2 minutes. That's
Kyle,
the rules, Matt.
come with me. Come with me here. Imagine the Titans get the ball back and score, and then get the 2-point conversion, and then win in overtime. Could you imagine the headlines that Sean Payton would be having yesterday and today? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, unbelievable, bro. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen someone like more like asking to be beat. Crazy. So
He's following the drinking Madden rules.
I had to call that out. I had to call that.
Give your guy a chance.
All right. Before we talk about the one game that everyone wants to talk about at 4:00, we'll get through Houston and the Rams. The Rams take this one 14-9. I personally didn't see much of this game. I know the Rams got after
Texans
Stroud.
O-line's a problem. That's the biggest takeaway from this game.
I know
Texans defense is legit, very good.
Yeah.
Texans O-line, terrible.
Bad. Well, the Rams got after Stroud. Like they did, they did that a lot with a lot of quarterbacks last year. But I mean, if you're telling me they're bad, I believe you.
He was under duress. I want to see what the box score was in terms of like QB hits and sacks. But dude was sacked 3 times for 37 yards, and I believe there was a total of 7 QB hits by the Rams.
Yeah, that's a lot. I know
Texans defense was legit though. Texans defense only held them to 14.
Yeah, Texans defense is still really good.
He got a decent amount of yards. But the Texans defense is what kept them in that game, because every time I watched, like when at this point I was really kind of watching Red Zone and keep an eye on it.
Same.
I will say this was the alternate leg. Texans plus 9.5 was the thing I was debating switching between this and the over for Browns Bengals. I didn't, because of the old adage of like, oh, on the multiple choice test, you got to stick with your original answer. Don't switch it.
That's a fallacy.
And I was burned for not switching. I apologize, viewers. But we're gonna back this week.
It is.
But that's really all you need to take away from this game.
Yeah.
Rams are still pretty good. I'm still not as high on them as other people. Texans defense is legit, and Texans O-line is going to be a massive problem.
I mean, Puka looks great still. Devontae Adams did really
he left
well.
For a concussion check because
he's fine.
He got hit in the head.
He's fine.
He's bleeding, but he's fine.
Devontae Adams looked really good in his debut. 8 targets, 4 catches, 51 yards. The game looked over, right, when the Rams had the ball at the end. Colby Parkinson ended up fumbling with the Rams up 14-9 and only 4 minutes left. Texans started a drive. They got down in the Rams territory until Dare Agumbawale fumbled to end the game, and the Rams won. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to protect Stroud. We said that in the preseason when we were talking about the Texans, and if they can't do that, then...
Yeah, but they had a bad O-line, and they arguably didn't really do anything.
They didn't really do anything.
They made it worse. So
yeah, they made it worse.
They got rid
of their best lineman. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Lions and Packers. Packers dominated,
scare me.
27-13. Now, look, there's 2 schools of thought here, right? It's the first school of thought is the Packers got Micah Parsons. They are the best defensive unit in football, or they have the best front 7 in football. They're going to wreck shit all year. They are coming for your quarterback, and there's nothing you can do about it. The other school of thought here is the entire coaching staff of the Lions was purged this year. The players didn't really change a lot, but the schemes and concepts kind of did, and they didn't really play in the preseason, and they're off to a slow start because of that. I tend to think it's a combination of both, but I honestly think that it's more the Packers being good, in my opinion.
I agree, Matt. I think it is a combination of both. It is tough to lose both your coordinators.
It's tough.
In one off season, but I think one thing that's very telling is what's it? Jahmyr Gibbs. You would agree Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the most explosive young players in football right now.
Oh, I know where you're going.
You give the ball to him, he can make a play.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the block is not great, he can make a play.
Correct.
Man had 10 catches this game. This was screens, dump offs.
Yeah.
He had the lowest amount of yards that an NFL player has ever had with 10 catches with 31 yards.
31 total. So 10 catches,
31
31
total
receiving
yards on 10 catches,
Yeah, that's
receiving
insane.
yards.
That's insane.
That is the lowest in NFL history for a player with 10 plus receptions.
Well, the Lions also failed to establish the run because he and David Montgomery combined for 20 carries but only had 44 yards. And there's a reason for that, and his name is Micah Parsons. And I'm not talking about his performance per se, but I'm talking about what he does being on the field, which is you need to know where he is at all times. And the rest of the Packers unit is so good that it makes their jobs 10 times easier with him just being there. Yeah, to your point, I mean, dude, they got dominated. Every facet of the game, Packers opened up with a touchdown drive and then forced a 3-and-out. And that pretty much set the tone for the rest of the afternoon. I mean, the Lions struggled to get 3 points, which was their point total in the first half. Goff turned it over late in the first half at the Green Bay 16. They were going on a drive that kind of squashed their momentum. The scoring kind of settled down in the second half. It was all field goals in the second half, except for my boy Isaac Tesla with the one-handed catch in garbage time.
Oh, what a great catch by Tesla.
Dude, get him out there. Get him out there. I don't care what you need to do. Get him out there. He's so good. So exciting to watch. And, of course, Micah Parsons did have 1 sack. The crowd was going crazy, holding up the number ones because he is wearing number 1 this year now. What'd you think of Jordan Love and his performance?
I think the big thing with Jordan Love, I think he kind of saw it a little bit last year. I think it's just like, I don't want to say it's like Jalen Hurts, but it's basically like he's on that. I think he's in the coach's box where it's just don't do any mistakes, just keep control of the game, don't turn the ball over. I mean, he only had 22 passes, 16 for 22, 188, 2 touchdowns. He had some nice throws in this game. Didn't really have any like real boneheaded mistakes.
Yeah, he threw a couple
but
ducks,
I just think he played well. He didn't lose them the game.
Yeah.
Let the defense eat. The defense that scares me the most with the Packers. I think the Packers.
Yeah, man.
I said I was high on them. I did not realize how big Micah Parsons was going to be. I mean, Detroit definitely felt the loss of their offensive linemen and their coordinators. I think their offensive lineman losses hurt them more with Frank Ragnar retiring.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just I think it was more the Packers are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and that's why I said before, true test for the Commanders, true test for the Packers as well, because the Commanders are an explosive offense. That Thursday night game,
I can't wait
to be incredible in 2 days.
Yeah, I think the one thing you took away from this game for Jordan Love, I mean, yeah, he had a couple ducks at times, but I mean, he performed very well, and the main thing is, they did get out to that lead early in the game that kind of just set the tone. But Green Bay didn't really ask him to do all that much, and that's right where you want to be if you're the Packers. Get out, get a lead, get your defense, going, and just run the ball in the second half. Because I mean, Josh Jacobs was running all over the place in the second half. So, yeah, I mean, the Packers, I think they've clearly established themselves as the best team to take down the Eagles in the NFC. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, yeah, you have to see what Washington does this year. It's probably a 3-headed race, but I mean, right now, I think it's the Eagles and it's the Packers in the rearview mirror.
I think it's Eagles, Packers, and I think Washington's also in the conversation.
Yeah, not to knock Detroit. We're not knocking
that scare me the most.
Yeah, I'm not saying Detroit's
not to
done.
knock the other teams. But I'm just saying as of just week 1.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into this because I know we're gonna talk about this one for a while before we wrap up with Monday night. The game of the year.
Game of the year.
Holy
cinema.
Shit!
Absolute cinema.
That was one of the best football games I've ever watched. So the final score from Highmark in Orchard Park, New York: Bills 41, Ravens 40. But initially, right, so that my gut reaction here, Ravens are the kings of not being able to close out a game. I just don't know what it is.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it is
just
with them,
to let you know, 9 Ravens with 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go. When it was 40-25, they had a 99.1% chance to win the game.
Dude, it's just so bad. It's so bad.
And they lost the game.
They scored with 12 minutes left in the game. They made it 40-25. Tyler Loop ended up missing the PAT, which absolutely mattered because they lost by 1. But the Ravens' final 3 drives: punt, fumble, punt, and they only had 17 net yards. Like, what are we? So they were prolific, right, throughout the course of this game. They scored on 7 of their first 8 drives. That's 40 points for those keeping score at home. And then, like, they just they're like, we won. We won. It's whatever. We don't care. And their offensive scheme just completely changed. They went super, super conservative. They stopped, they stopped doing the play action. They stopped opening up the field. I just don't know. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's just, it must be agonizing as a Ravens fan to lose that game.
Oh my God, I can't imagine. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I will say I did pick the Bills. I bet on.
I did pick the Bills as well,
I watched the whole game.
And you bet them at
very
halftime. I love that.
invested in the Bills.
Yeah.
And I just was like, the whole time, like I was just like, the Ravens are not. They're still in the game. They're still in the game. I was like in my head, I was like, this isn't over.
Yeah.
I doubled down at halftime. It's just like they would. I was scared they're gonna put him out, but they just never did. And Josh Allen, gotta believe, he called out the fans that left the stadium.
Yeah, man.
Didn't believe in him. How could you not? He's the MVP. He's the reigning MVP.
It's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, let's talk about what happened.
I couldn't imagine if I've left the game early one time, but granted, it was week 18, Eagles Giants. They benched all their starters, and like that was the collapse year. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. But if you have Josh Allen in a 2-score game,
like
you're gonna leave.
Yeah, like
you're gonna leave the stadium.
You should
get out of what? West Orchard Park traffic?
Yeah, like, I mean, look, to be fair, I haven't been to the stadium, so I don't know what it's like, but like, you should hand in your fan card. Like,
yeah,
like that is sinful right there. Yeah, so as I said, the Ravens scored on 7 of their first 8 drives. I don't even think the Bills looked particularly bad. I just think the Ravens looked godlike. I mean, Zay Flowers, holy shit, like, dude was popping.
I think the Bills. I kind of disagree a little bit. I think on defense, I'm a little.
Well, yeah, I should say the defensive side.
Cannot make tackles.
Or the offensive side of the ball. Defenses,
but they could not make tackles defensively. Offensively, they just had to work out a few kinks. I think their offense is still very.
No, the offense was fine.
I like Keon Coleman.
Yeah, man. Hey,
great game from him.
Firmly established as the
8 for
wide receiver.
12, 1 touchdown. Could have had a second one thing. Luckily, he didn't. Honestly,
right.
They should have let him score there. Yeah. They would have had a chance.
Again, like, it's just like how, like, you're putting yourself in positions to lose the game. Like, what was the score? Do you remember what the score was at that point?
40 to 38.
It was 40. Yeah, so it was 40 to 38.
Because it was that final.
Oh, it was the final drive right before the field goal. That's right.
If they didn't do that, I think Jair Alexander doesn't do that shoestring tackle and Keon Coleman scores, which would have been a mistake. Then the Ravens would get the ball back with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, so essentially what you had,
even if they went for 2, it'd still be a 6-point game.
Yeah, right. So for those at home,
they could have won on a touchdown.
For those at home,
and they had timeouts.
Yeah, right. So for those at home, essentially what happened was the Bills were able to get the Ravens to burn all their timeouts and then kick the game-winning field goal as time expired. But prior to that happening, Keon Coleman essentially had a touchdown, and Jair Alexander says, "No, I got you." And makes, tackles him in bounds, and then the Bills are able to run, successive plays after that and burn all the Ravens timeouts and eventually end the game.
And then kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Incredible game.
Collinsworth is
Allen,
I gotta
incredible.
Because
Lamar had some great plays.
Not the biggest fan of Chris Collinsworth. He was trying to blame the crowd noise for the Bills' secondary struggles, and I'm like,
you mean Chris Meat Hose Collinsworth?
Dude, that was gross what you pointed that out on Thursday. I'm not even going to repeat
Chris Meat Hose Collinsworth.
You can if you want, but I'm not.
I'm calling him that. He's got a meat hose. Just look it up, guys. Look up the broadcast. When he's sitting in the booth, look at the lower regions.
Yeah.
Dude's got a meat hose.
That's how we get female viewers. We'll talk about Chris Collinsworth's dick.
Yeah. Why don't they, women love dick.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They love Chris Collinsworth's meatloaf.
Stop talking. Let's talk about D-Hop, man. D-Hop, the alien, hit the one-handed catch.
Oh my God, what a catch.
Crazy, man. You had the decision by Buffalo to go for 2 when you were down 9, which made no sense to me.
Well, they had the penalty, I thought. Didn't they have the
It
that
doesn't
was when they
matter.
had
I don't care. You're down 9. You make it a 1-possession game because at that time you did not need to go for 2.
No, if you're down 9, you go for 2.
No, you make it an
No,
8
they were
point.
down. I thought they were down 10.
They were down 9. They were down 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was upset. You had the Lamar play where he turned like a 15-yard sack into a 19-yard game. I don't know how he got out of that. That was one.
That was insane. Oh my god.
And then you had I mean, like I think we could talk about this game for another 15 minutes if we tried. You know, Derrick Henry had.
But no, one thing though. Do you think the Ravens on that final drive when they went 3 and out? Do you think they should have went for it on 4th down?
No, punting was the right move.
4th and 2.
Punting was the right move there.
Kicking was the right move.
Yes, punting was the right move.
The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed at that point. The Bills were running down the field. I think you go for it. You have in your who you think is the MVP and Lamar.
Yeah.
I mean, you as in like the Ravens coaching staff.
You as in. Yeah.
Allegedly, I heard a source say that they didn't go for it because Lamar had a cramp. But I mean,
I don't know, man.
2 yards with your best players.
I mean, maybe
Derrick Henry or Lamar.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Or versus your defense that was starting to get gassed.
There's definitely an argument to be made. I think you're definitely right. There's definitely an argument to be made.
I would have went for it.
All right, that's fair. How about I mean, and I'll tell you, like, not only so the Ravens' last 3 drops, right? Punt, fumble, punt. We'll talk about the punt first, right? So terrible special teams play by Baltimore. It was when they're up 15, right? So this is the first punt. The guy dove on the ball and then slid onto the line, right? Like, you don't have to dive on that ball. Like, the momentum of the ball was like not carrying it in the end zone at all. So instead of that ball being at the Buffalo 1-yard line, you've now given them it to Buffalo at their own.
That
20.
ball would have stopped too.
It was literally going. Like you could have
it was
planted,
a beautiful pump by Stout.
You could have planted your feet at the 1-yard line and let it and then either reached out or let it roll to you. And
to dive on it, that was a bonus.
That's number 1, right? And then Buffalo scores. Oh, by the way, with the touchdown off the tip, oh my god, are you kidding me? To Coleman?
Oh,
are you kidding me?
My god,
that was insane.
To be honest, I think that ball was for Coleman. I think it got tipped because I think.
Well,
I think it was
you
supposed to go over.
You could have argued that because it came.
Was it Knox jumped up to try to hit it?
Yeah, right.
But
so
I think it was for Coleman.
So you saw Coleman because it didn't really go like way past him. It kind of just went to the left, and he just adjusted to catch it.
Well, yeah, it got tipped, but I think it was supposed to go to him. Though
I'm saying it got tipped, but it wasn't way offline where. Yeah, it wasn't like way offline to the point where it was like, oh, that ball was clearly not intended for him. I think it was probably intended for him. You're probably right. So then that made an 8-point game, and then you have, I mean, dude, King Henry had. I don't even have his final stat line here. I could try and look it up real quick.
I could pull it up real quick. 1 second. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm gonna beat you.
He had 18 carries, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Averaged 9.4 yards a carry.
I mean, dude was great.
Also an additional catch for 13.
Dude was great until the Ravens were up 8, and he coughed it up, and the Bills fell in it, which was just crazy. So then at this point, what happened on this next play?
His fumble?
There were so many drives in this game. It's hard to get these ducks in a row.
Either way, I think it's just game of the year. Just watch the game if you haven't already. I don't know. Us recapping is gonna do much more. Just watch the game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch. You're gonna have to watch the game. But
let's get into heartbreak. We're gonna go to heartbreak on Monday night.
Well, hold on. There's a couple more things I want to talk about in this game. The game was scoregami, by the way. Scoregami. We love scoregami. Josh Allen scored the. He walked in that touchdown, right? I believe.
Yeah.
He scored the touchdown to make it a 2-point game, I believe. Oh no, that.
Yeah, it was his second. That was his second touchdown.
Yeah. I'm right. Yeah, Josh Allen up the middle. Yeah, and then you had the big pass to Jackson Hayes. That's what it was. And then they scored on the. They did not get the 2-point attempt, right? What do you think about? I guess the last thing we'll talk about here before we wrap up. What do you think of the whole shoving incident with D Hop and Lamar?
Oh, I mean the fan. I think it's banned for.
They banned the fan, right? So D Hop caught a touchdown pass, and then He got hit in the
The fan
head
shoved him.
and then shoved Lamar, and then
fought
Lamar
the
was
fan
like,
back. Fight the
Hadouken!
fans.
Yeah. So, well, I'm only
That's
asking you.
the Buffalo fans. I was very upset with the Buffalo fans. They threw the water bottle at Lamar.
Yeah,
They
bro.
shoved at Lamar.
Like, come on.
They left the stadium early. Boo the Buffalo fans.
Crazy.
Everyone says Philly fans are bad. I normally big Buffalo guy, but like was very upset with their performance.
Well, I'm asking you because I've heard people talking about
they didn't deserve this
a
kind
possible
of a comeback.
suspension of Lamar Jackson and company. What do you think about that? Do you think they deserve to be suspended?
No, I don't think so because I think it's on the fan. He should not be suspended.
Agreed.
He's not going to be. He's
so the counter argument I had was, Lamar's supposed to be a role model. He's supposed to be level-headed. The fan reached into the field of play, and
it's his fault. Bad fan.
And he did not look. He didn't go after them. Like if the fans can't touch the players, then
that's against the fan rule of conduct.
If the players can't touch the fans, then the fans should not be able to touch.
Unofficially sign when you enter any stadium.
Correct.
I'm a big fan rule of conduct guy.
You're gonna be the PA guy at, when you retire. That'll be your retirement job. All right, let's wrap it up. Yeah, I mean, dude, we can stay on this game for quite some time. So let's wrap it up. Let's finish rather with whatever the hell last night was, because I'm still struggling to wrap my head around this. Dude, bad beat is right.
Oh my god, I hate the Chicago Bears.
The Chicago Bears. I'd say the Vikings.
I don't even want to talk about this game.
I'd say the Vikings won.
The Bears.
I'd say the Vikings won, but it really feels like the Bears lost this one, 27-24.
No, the Bears lost.
Yeah.
I hate the Bears,
dude.
Oh my god.
We were texting early in this game, and I was like, "Man, it's loud. That crowd sounds awesome." And I mean, the Bears were having
that opening drive. They look so
oh my
good.
god.
Oh
well,
god.
so you saw from Caleb a little bit of what he saw last year with his slow progression. First couple drives, I know he missed DJ Moore, and instead of hitting DJ Moore on the post, he checked it down, and I think they got a decent game, but they had DJ for 20 on that particular play. The Vikings were all over the place. I mean, they were having issues with the play clock. There were like 2 or 3 delay of games. The offensive line was
they did not.
The O-line looked terrible without Christian Darrisaw. It just kind of felt, and then McCarthy looked bad too. I mean, he was getting the ball batted down left and right. I think he got swatted at the line like 3 times that night. He had a bad interception that led to a pick 6, just completely stared down his receiver. And all the time, at this point, this was early in the third quarter, it's only a 17-6 game, and it felt like it was over. I'm like,
it felt like the Ravens game almost. No, to me, it felt like the Ravens game where the Bears seemed like the Ravens and the Bears, still different though, because Bears are clearly better. Where the Ravens and the Bears, it felt like they had fully controlled the game, but they just could not close it out.
So
they could not make the play. They could not make the dagger, as some teams
I mean,
were
it was just like I know they had the missed field goal too. That set them back a little bit, but like,
damn, didn't get the dagger reference.
I got it.
Whoosh. You didn't acknowledge it though.
I'll acknowledge you from now on. I'm sorry, yeah, but like the Bears in the first half, I mean, you saw a little bit of good, you saw a little bit of bad, but like the crowd was into it. You're like, finally, we've got an offense that can do something, at least somewhat consistency. And then
I think the big,
Caleb just kind of unraveled a bit in the second half. And I'll point this out because I do shoulder some of the blame on Ben Johnson for not adjusting. I mean, the Vikings made some good second half adjustments. They got after Caleb a lot more. They were able to spread the defense out a little bit, which I think helped. I think they were kind of just on top of each other a lot. They didn't really they played a little bit more zone and they sent a little bit more pressure. But, Ben Johnson just didn't do anything about it. He's like, oh, this worked in the first half. Let's do it. Oh, didn't work. This worked in the first half. Let's just continue. So, they run up the middle a lot with Swift, which I know they were trying to do, but like I saw Swift open at least 5 or 6 times on little checkdowns where, you could have got like 5 to 10 yard chunk plays. And they really just wanted to run the ball up the middle with him. And they just were so committed to doing that. I just feel like I don't know. I didn't like what the Bears did on offense towards the end of the game in particular.
Mm-hmm. I just thought that with the Bears, I think the biggest thing was like you kind of noticed it during the beginning of the game. A lot of like the Bears' big plays and during their drive, like Caleb was getting attacked. Like the offensive line was not protecting great. He
Yeah.
just was phenomenal at
Mhm.
evading pressure in the pocket. But I mean, you can only do that for so
Yeah.
long. And I think like towards he got to the second half, the pressure was really getting to him. He was missing throws. He was getting sacked, getting hit. So it's just, I think eventually it just kind of broke.
Yeah.
Which I mean, as someone, I did bet on the Bears, did believe in the Bears.
Yeah.
Bears fucked me. I hate them.
Tough.
Basic for context, two of the worst fantasy beats I've ever had in a long time. One league, I had Bears defense. I was up by a lot going into Sunday night. Other guy had Josh Allen, so he was now up by over 10. I had Bears. He was up by 15 points. I had Bears defense. I needed 15 points. I had Bears defense, and um, Bears defense got the pick six. I was up by 4. I was like, "Oh, let's go! We got this!
Yeah.
Comeback of the season!" Oh
I
my god,
felt
can you
bad.
believe it? Lost by 1 during the collapse because of the how many yards and touchdowns they gave up. Lost by that by 1. Another league, I was down by 9.
And the other
I
one,
needed 10 points from DJ
I was here
Moore.
for this one.
Half point PPR.
This is the league we're in.
So the Bears collapse. And I'm like, okay, well, at least now they're gonna throw it to DJ Moore. I needed one more catch from him. And I get it, but he does a lateral that's recovered by the defense, and because of that, I lost.
But
because that counted as minus 0.7. Would have had my yards and my points I needed.
What about the hospital ball?
And I lost my money line bet.
What about the
and
hospital
the hospital ball freaked me out too. And before that, he was wide open for a touchdown.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
And
God.
yeah,
I hate the Bears.
it was crazy,
Next,
bro.
next week. I hate the Bears.
If Caleb just makes a like, they almost scored in 2 plays after the Vikings took the lead, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna score in 2 plays. If that's a better ball, that's literally a touchdown. Like if you just corner that ball,
the better ball is a touchdown.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I want now. We do have to talk about McCarthy before we move on. Who looked really, really bad in the first half. He did not look like he belonged in the game. But
it was pretty bad for the first 3 quarters.
For the first 3, yeah.
Fourth quarter, he went absolutely.
It was really for the first 3 quarters. But here's the thing: like he never seemed phased, and that's the one thing that I loved about him coming out of college was that he never let the pressure get to him. He was always calm. He was always consistent, and that proved to be the difference. Because he put the team on his back in the fourth quarter. They scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings did. And once they established the run, because they were really, really struggling to run the ball early in that game, the Bears just had all the answers on defense. Like they Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones, it didn't matter who they were running. Once Jordan Mason got going towards the end of the third and into the fourth quarter, it was a completely different ball game. So I was very impressed by his resilience. He very much looked like a rookie in the game throughout the course of the game. But, I mean, he was calm when he needed to be calm. And he delivered when he needed to deliver. And that's, at the end of the day, that's the difference between winning and losing in the National Football League. So very impressed by his resilience.
Yep.
It's going to be growing pains. I don't know if you had anything else on McCarthy you wanted to add.
No, very clutch in the fourth quarter. I am very impressed. Yeah. I'm very heartbroken. I don't want to talk about the Bears anymore.
Well, let's shit on the Bears just once more. Why didn't they just? So I didn't think about this in the moment, but it occurred to me today. So 2:02 left on the clock. The Bears make it a 27-24 game, and they have 1 timeout, right? So you have the warning, and you have 1 timeout. They kicked the ball into the end zone, and very smartly, the Vikings took the ball out of the end zone and burned the 2-minute warning. Why didn't we just kick the ball out of bounds? Mm-hmm. Right? So a touchback this year is to the 35.
I think he was trying to. I think it's the kicker.
No, but dude, here's the thing. He was trying to kick it out of the back of the end zone. That's a long-ass kick. Not every kicker can do that. And you just kick it out of bounds. You get the ball at what's the difference between the 35 and the 40? Nothing. Or, alternatively, you could have just kicked it short of the landing zone, because that's a penalty now. And that's going to be...
Yeah, you'd also get the 40, yeah.
Mind-boggling. So, I don't know. Ben Johnson, figure it out. And yeah, I mean, that's week 1. I mean, a lot of stuff happened week 1. I know we were very busy. We usually don't get to every game in depth, but I feel like today we did, only because it was awesome. Great time in week 1. All right, so let's end with the tease, Kyle. Let's get through.
Let's just.
Let's do a look.
I think we already previewed a little bit.
Yeah.
So we had the Commanders, Packers.
Well, let's do a
whatever.
look.
Yeah, good games.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
just do the tease. We ran a little long on the
Well, I
recap.
know. I'm gonna. Let's go.
Here we go.
What, you got the tease, or you want to do the week 2 preview?
I have the tease. Let's just do the tease.
All right.
Real quick.
All right. Do the tease.
Week 2 preview.
Take your time.
We don't need to worry about. We're just gonna do the tease.
Well, I want to.
Tease was tough this week.
Nah. All right. Tell me. I'm excited because I want to get on the board, man.
First game. I know we should have gone on the board last week. I should have changed my answer.
Nah,
whatever. This week is got it. I'm more confident this week. Here we go. Next first game, 1:00 game at Miami. I like the Patriots. Give me the Patriots plus 8.5. Miami looks terrible. The Patriots.
Wait,
I think
hold on a minute.
coach.
Hold on.
I think they'll bounce.
The Dolphins are
Patriots are dogs.
Favorites? After that?
Dude, I will say a lot of times in these early weeks, there's some weird lines. Teams are favored when they probably shouldn't be.
I'm hammering this.
One of them. I think
I'm
a divisional game.
This.
I think Patriots cover 8.5. I talked to some resident Patriots fans because they watched the game more than I did last week. There was some good than bad. They might not beat Miami because they're not 100% confident in them as much as they were preseason. But they think they'll crush it. They're going to cover 8.5.
Oh yeah.
Give me Patriots 8.5.
Love it.
That's the first
Love
leg.
it.
I think that's a lock. Second leg. Let's go to another team, another AFC East matchup. Bills Jets.
Hey.
Bills. I'm taking the Jets plus 6.5. Add 7 to that, 13.5. Divisional game. Jets, honestly, Ravens light. Strong run game. Justin Fields, mobile quarterback. The Bills really struggled with handling Lamar and Derrick Henry. I think Breece Hall and Justin Fields could do something similar. Divisional game. The teams know each other very well. Jets are at home. I think Jets can cover 13.5 with how explosive that offense looked. And I think they match up well against Bills' defense's weaknesses.
Your logic is sound.
I'll take Jets plus 13.
Your logic is sound. I'm just worried that the Bills are that much better than the Jets, but let's see. I like your logic. I'm with you there.
We'll see, but I think 13.5 divisional game early in the season in MetLife. I think they can cover.
Being in MetLife definitely helps. So all right, I'm with you.
If they were in Buffalo, might not have taken that.
No.
Next game. We're going to go Super Bowl 59 rematch. Eagles-Chiefs. You may be thinking I'm taking the Eagles because I said I didn't like the Chiefs. But no, I'm taking the over in this game.
Ooh.
Over 39.5. I got it at 40 based on BetMGM's book.
I'm seeing 46.5.
See 30. Yeah, either way,
ESPN bets
39.5,
46.5.
It's about the same.
Around there, we'll see.
The Eagles and Chiefs have played each other the last 5 seasons. This game has hit that over every game but one in 2023. Which, if you remember, was a really raining game. Even then, it was only 3 points away from hitting this over. Chiefs' pass defense looks pretty weak. Eagles' pass defense secondary looks a little questionable. I can see this game being very high scoring. I think it probably will be. And even if not, Eagles can still blow them out and cover this because they did that in Super Bowl 59.
Correct.
I feel like Eagles win, but I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
I'm there. I'm there with you. Why not?
All right. Next game. This is honestly the line I love the most out of all of these.
So I'm gonna preface. Okay, we spoiled it, but I'm gonna preface this by saying Kyle had asked me before the show to guess which game, and he's like, "I love this game. This game is. I feel confident." I did not guess it, so I know it's one of the two.
Did not guess it.
I know it's one of the 2 Monday night games. Let's see it.
First Monday night game. Disgusting that there's 2. One starts at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not gonna stay up and watch that. Anyway, here we go. 7 o'clock. Bucks at Texans. The Bucks are 2-point dogs to the Texans.
What?
Give me the Buccaneers. 9.5. Texans defense, very legit. Texans O-line though and run game,
booty.
Give me the Bucks. Oh my gosh!
Wait,
I can't believe they're dogs.
That actually free. That feels free.
Straight up.
That feels free.
Even if the Texans defense is good, this game is gonna be close. Texans aren't going to be able to blow these guys out.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the Bucks plus 9.5.
That feels free.
So just to recap, we have Pats plus 8.5. Jets plus 13.5. This week's a lot more dogs than last week. Last week was all favorites.
Yeah.
The over and Eagles Chiefs at 40/39.5, and then the Buccaneers at 9.5 on Monday night. I feel very confident about these picks. It was a tough week to pick. Which honestly, when it's a tough week, you got to go digging. And when you go digging, you get the good stats like this. And I think I'm very confident.
The thing is like I was talking to you before, and you were like, "Yeah, it's kind of hard because the 1 o'clock slate's kind of weak. I don't know, but I think you did a great
A
job.
lot of like teams with like question marks, but like I'm very
I
confident in
love.
these
I
picks.
am 50% more confident this week than I am last week. I'll tell you that much.
Mhm.
I thought last week was kind of, and I even said this on the show. I was like,
Week one stuff.
it's
You go
it's
3-1
kind of
week one,
it is
and
what it is.
almost get the fourth.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I'm
either a
very
win or a
confident this
loss,
week.
but at the end of the day, I mean, three or four on week one, not bad, not bad. And this week, I love those picks. I love all of them. I love all of them. So
Yeah.
I think the biggest question mark is just the Jets because the Jets.
Jets are
Because the Jets by Jet.
13.5. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Points.
It's a lot. Yeah, let's quickly do a look ahead to week 2. In 2 days' time. At this time, the game will be on.
Commanders,
Yeah, I mean, besides the Super Bowl
rematch.
besides the Super Bowl rematch, I think Commanders and Packers is clearly the best game. I mean, yeah, we were saying this earlier at the beginning of the show. I mean, you want to talk about game of the year potential. This has that written all over it. I love the idea of this game being a shootout, especially if the Commanders' offense can get a little bit more going. Look, they struggled against. The Giants' defense is good.
Honestly,
Packers' defense is
the
really
under
good.
in this game.
Yeah,
I will say this was a potential. The under in this game.
Well,
was
so
a
the line right now is
ultimately decided 48
and a half is a lot. It's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
You know?
And the Packers have a good defense. Commanders' defense looked improved, or is it Giants just bad?
Both.
That's what made me go. I'm gonna not take the under.
Yeah, both probably. So I'm absolutely watching that game. I recommend you all do the same. 1 o'clock window, kind of meh. We got the Bills and the Jets at 1 o'clock. I think that game will
Jags,
be
Bengals.
Yeah, that'll be close. You got Jags, Bengals, Browns, Ravens. Other than that, Seahawks, Steelers. Other than that,
Bears, Lions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Rams, Titans.
It's overall
Giants, Cowboys.
not a good slate.
Yeah, I don't know. 4 o'clock gets a lot better. Obviously, you've got the Super Bowl rematch at 4:25. It'll be interesting to me to see what the Chiefs do different this time around, because that they're not going to be doing the same thing, because I think they're aware that it's not the same Eagles defense they're going up against. A lot more questions at the secondary position, as you pointed out. But also, on the flip side, right, how is Spags going to adjust now that he's seen, all right, well, the Eagles got one up on me. They figured it out. What am I going to do differently now? Am I still going to sell out to stop Saquon? Am I playing more zone? What am I doing differently to, they can't put up 40 points this time. So what am I going to do differently to prevent that? So, I mean, interesting thoughts. I don't know if you have any notes on that.
No, as I said before, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think the Chiefs are out for revenge. I'm kind of annoyed that the Chiefs lost, even though I predicted it. I don't want to face the Chiefs 0-1.
You hate the idea
of
the Chiefs
going
going
for them to go 0-2.
Yeah.
But I'm still confident in my Birds. I think they're the better team,
Yeah.
just like they were in the Super Bowl. I do honestly thought about picking Eagles for the pick here, but I'm picking the Eagles next week because I'm gonna be at the game. But we'll get to that next week.
There he is. There he is, right there. That's where he got the one up on the Chiefs, right there.
Yeah.
The other game you got at 4 o'clock, you got the Cardinals and Panthers, or I guess Panthers at Cardinals. 6.5 points feels like a lot for the Cardinals to be favored, though, doesn't it?
I'm
surprised you didn't.
Looked really bad.
They did look really bad, but I don't know. I mean, the
Cardinals didn't look too great.
Cardinals didn't look great.
Kind of stood away from
6.5 seems like a lot. I don't know. And then Sunday night you've got the Falcons and Vikings. That'll be an interesting one.
Should be a good game.
I feel like those teams are pretty close to even. I think I'd give the advantage to the Falcons, but the Vikings are home, so let's see how that one plays out. And then you got 2 Monday night games. Dude, 7 o'clock and 10. Am I reading this right? 10 o'clock start.
Yeah.
Chargers. I mean, you're essentially asking the entirety of the East Coast to go scratch. Like, it's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
7 o'clock, you've got the Buccaneers and Texans. It's Bucks at Texans. Part of the tease, so if we go 3 for 3 on Sunday, we won't be watching. And then you've got the Chargers and Raiders coming off at 10 o'clock. God, I feel bad for Sam.
That should be a good game.
I feel bad for my fellow Raiders fans, man.
Yeah.
Damn. but I expect that one to actually be good. So you know what? Maybe I stay up and I fall asleep to that one. Catch the tail end of that one in the morning. But yeah, so week 2 coming up in a couple of short days. As always, you've got Thursday. Now Thursday will be on Amazon going forward. NBC always gets the first game of the year, as far as I know, and then Amazon weeks 2 through 18 on Thursday Night Football. 9 games at 1:00. So they are really, really pushing that Super Bowl rematch on everyone, as you should. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Best game of the slate.
best game of the
arguably,
slate.
besides Packers.
Commanders.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be trying to get on the board with the KBTs. Hopefully you're betting along with us. Don't jump ship. 11 units last year.
Yeah.
Kyle's
11
got
units last year.
11 units. Kyle's got the big brains, so we'll be trying to get on the board for that. I don't think I have any other updates, so if you want to take us out, Kyle.
Yeah, we're heading out. Go Birds.
All right, y'all. We will talk to you next week. Thank you for watching if you're here on YouTube, and if you're on Spotify, thank you for listening. And we will be back next week at 7:30 live on YouTube as always. Until then, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. And happy football season, because I am so excited that football's back.
Happy football.
All right. Peace out, everybody.